I just want to check out some of the top upcoming phones that I will be getting in very shortly. This is mid 2016 and we're getting some really awesome hardware coming actually for not that much in terms of the price. It's coming to that time of the year when you're getting a lot for your money from OnePlus, from Asus, from other manufacturers as well, such as Motorola, ZTE, and I want to look at the 4 more interesting phones that I've been checking out here. And the first one is the OnePlus 3. Now we have just had an expected announcement date for this. I think it's coming in June, so a couple of days time. And with this we're getting 2 different variants actually. We're getting 4 gigs of RAM in one of them and 6 gigs of RAM in another one. Snapdragon 820 Super AMOLED display, 1.8 aperture for the camera as well, which is pretty awesome, as well as optical image stabilization. So this looks like it's going to be coming with a lot of spec for the money. The only thing which is a bit questionable about this particular phone is the battery, which is just 3000 mAh. Now I would have liked to have seen 4000, I think, because many manufacturers have been going for 4000, particularly Huawei. We also have the Asus Zenfone 3 Deluxe to look forward to here. Now Asus is releasing, I think, 3 Zenfones. A big one, which I'm probably going to skip, to be honest. I don't want a 6.8 inch phone. We do have the Zenfone 3 Deluxe, which I'm probably going to get in, as well as the Zenfone 3 normal. Now the Zenfone 3 Deluxe looks like the most interesting of them all, because it's getting a very nice processor, Snapdragon 820, a whopping 6 gigs of RAM, full kind of metallic body, very beautiful design, and also a 23 megapixel shooter. But again, you're getting 3000 mAh battery. Could have been a bit higher, I think. I really don't know how it's going to last when you consider it's a 5.7 inch screen. It is obviously only full HD, which might help a little bit in terms of the battery life, but again, I think they could have done a bit better for the actual battery. But then again, the actual value is amazing here. I think the normal one comes with Snapdragon, I think it's either Snapdragon 625 actually, which is like a new processor that we've not actually had yet, which is a little bit stepped down from Snapdragon 650, but it should be still quite good. Probably not as good as the Intel offerings though in Zenfone 2, which was fantastic processor, but Intel's not bothered about mobile game anymore. So the actual Ultra does come with a massive battery if you do want to get that one, but I wouldn't personally walk around with a 6.8 inch phone to my ear, but it's up to you, I guess. Next phone which I'm quite excited for is the Moto G4 Plus. This is coming out in a couple of days here. You can get several different variants of this phone, including a 4 gig RAM model. Now this is obviously Motorola, it's a main brand. It is owned by Lenovo, and a lot of people don't like Motorola nowadays because of that, but if you want your future support as well as your stock software, this could be the better choice here. The specs are quite competitive for a Motorola. Usually the specs are very behind, but you are getting a 16 megapixel camera, which is very good in terms of the quality. I've looked at some of the actual pictures and they look really awesome. Full HD display obviously, and a Snapdragon 617. I probably would have liked Snapdragon 650 or something like that in there, because Redmi Note 3 can do it, so I think we could do with that. But I think the HTC One A9 had the Snapdragon 617. It wasn't too bad a processor, so definitely looking forward to this particular device. And another one which I'm going to look out for is the ZTE Axon 7. Now this, I don't usually buy ZTE phones because I had a ZTE Blade or something and it stopped to work after a while, but this looks like a beast phone when it comes to the actual specs. You're getting basically Snapdragon 820 obviously, 64 or 128 gig variants with 6 gigs of RAM, 20 megapixel camera, 1.8 aperture, so very good low light performance, and 3140 battery, so a little bit bigger than some of the competitors. So, you know, the amount of value here for these phones is absolutely mind-blowing. You know, a lot of these phones you can have for about €500, which is, you know, really amazingly putting to shame the other manufacturers like Samsung, LG, etc. So it's going to be definitely a pretty awesome month, I think, for smartphones, and I hope to get these in, you know, very shortly. So yeah, just a quick little recap here of some of the awesome phones, and if you got any questions, do let me know, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.